Hey, Trail Buddy Chuck, and I am your Atlanta area certified solutionary. First of all, let me be the first to welcome you to the car business. It's an amazing business. You're going to have lots and lots of fun. And what's going to follow are 10 steps to help make you great. So, the first thing I want you to remember is you're not a robot. Follow these steps, it'll work. But don't feel like you have to do each one exactly right. You're going to do it the best you can, and it's going to be great. Let's do this. All of you with me at the same time. Take a deep breath. All right, let's get started. Step one, the meet and greet. Look, you need to be excited. You need to be enthusiastic. You need to have a firm handshake or fist bump. That's where we are these days. We're not going to scare them. We're just going to make them feel welcome. Here's what I want you to think about. You're having a party at your house. You send out invitations. People come to your front door. You don't say, "Can I help you?" No, you say, "Welcome, come in. Food's over there, drinks are over there. Put your coats behind me." Your dealer has spent millions of dollars on inventory, on the building and the property and the location and advertising and you. And he's done that because he wants your guests to feel welcome. Come in. And that's what you're going to do really, really well. So greet them properly, say welcome, show them around, make them feel comfortable. Because when they're comfortable, it makes it really easy to move on to step two. And that is establish rapport. Look, we establish rapport with people every day. We try to find common ground. We try to find people we have in common. That's what you're after here. You need to make them comfortable with who you are. If they don't trust you, then they won't like you. And if they don't like you, then they won't buy from you. Make sure they know this is an easy process, and your job is to help them through it. So find that common ground. Look for clues that they're not going to tell you. Look for things on their bumper or stickers in their back window. Look at rings. You can tell a lot about a person from a class ring. Look for those things. Pick up on those clues. Again, this isn't about trying to scare them. You're not trying to freak them out by saying, "Hey, I know that you're..." This is just trying to build rapport. And the biggest part about building rapport is they got to like you. Next, number 3 is qualify. Now, we're not trying to qualify the customer. We're trying to qualify the problem. The problem is they're walking. The problem is they've got a car that's not big enough for their family. So you need to ask questions so that you'll be able down the road to provide really good solutions. Remember, you're a solutionary. Solutions baked right in. So take that time, find out why they're there. It's almost like doing an interview. You don't want to pepper them with questions. And as you work through this, ask them open-ended questions. Don't say, "Do you like blue? Yes or no?" You ask them questions like, "What brought you in today?" You ask them questions like, "What do you like about your current car? What don't you like about your current car? How many people are you going to be dragging around with you all day long?" That's important stuff. So ask those open-ended questions, and that will help you get to the next step, which is step 4, and that is selection. Selection is really straightforward if you've done 1, 2, and 3 really well. And you're going to find that as we work through this process, that if you do all the steps and you do them properly, it's going to be easy. Selection. You've already asked them what they like, what they don't like. They say, "I need a 5-passenger vehicle. I need an 8-passenger van." Whatever that is, let's talk about those things. And when you do that, I want you to take that vehicle out of the line. Look, there's nothing more confusing for a customer than to walk up and down rows and rows of cars. They're going to get confused. You're going to get confused. And a confused customer does not buy. So separate that car out from the rest of them. Find your own little place where you can go and have them with that car. Okay? Open the doors. Open all the doors. Because until they see that car, the way they're going to see themselves in it, you don't have a car deal. Okay? So let's recap. The meet and greet, establish rapport. We've qualified their problem. We've selected a car. Now we're going to move on to step 5, which is features and benefits. So instead of telling, we're going to be selling. And so here's the difference. It's easy to say, this car has a power seat, or this car has 500 airbags, or whatever that or is. What you want to say is, this car has the anti-lock braking system. Remember, ABS stands for the ability to brake and steer. It won't lock up your tires. It'll help you keep control of the vehicle if you're in a situation where you are in a panic stop. Look, we were all taught, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes doesn't always work. Sometimes we just jam our foot to the floor. And that's where ABS comes in. So ABS is a great feature. What's the benefit? I don't hit the guy in front of me. I don't run into a telephone pole. I still have the ability to steer. That is really, really important, obviously. And as you're working through all of those features and benefits, key on the things that your customer told you were important to them. Okay? If you've got a customer who cares about reliability, or who cares about safety, or who cares about performance, talk about those things that this car has and how those are going to benefit your customer. Okay? Simple, straightforward. This whole process is, hang with me. We are halfway through this, and now we get to one of the really, to me, the funnest part of all of this. Because look, you're a solutionary. You are going to find the right car for the right person. But there's nothing that you can do better than that car can do all on its own. So we're going to jump right into step 6, and that's the demo drive. Like I said, one of the most important parts of this, okay? Nobody's going to buy a car without driving it. And if they try to, don't let them. Let's get them in that car. You need to take control. Control's not a bad thing. Control's a good thing. This is your car. You know it. You know the options and the features and the benefits and all the things that it has. This person has never been in this car before. So what you're going to do is you're going to say to them, hey, I'm going to drive first. I'm going to take us to a spot where we can switch drivers and you'll be able to drive us back. What I want you to do while I'm driving, ask all the questions you want. I want you to play with the radio, get your seat right, turn the air up, turn the air down, flip the whatever, play with everything in front of you while you're riding and ask me all kinds of questions. Get to that spot where you are going to have nothing else around you. You don't have distractions. You don't have other car deals. You don't have horns honking. Ideally, if you have a park anywhere near your dealership, that's where you ought to go. Find someplace calm. Find someplace serene. Find someplace where you can really show off this car to them. Now, when you get there, leave your door open. Turn the flashers on. Turn the headlights on. Because you are going to get out of the car and you're going to walk back from the car 10, 15 feet. They'll follow you. You want them to see that car in all of its glory, all out by itself. This is your time to shine. This is your time to put on a show and make this car look the best that it's ever going to look. Answer all their questions. Say, go ahead and hop in the car, get your seat set, get yourself right. And once that's done, you need to say to them, look, you're going to drive, I'm going to be quiet. One of the single hardest things for any salesperson to do, is be quiet. When there's silence, we want to fill that space with something. You need to let them feel the car, hear the car, enjoy the car. If they ask a question, you answer it, then you're done talking. Okay? Now, when you get back to your store, you need to have a place where you tell them to park. As you're driving in, does this car seem like it's the right one for you? Because if it is, I'd like you to park it right over there in our future customer parking. If it's not, then let's go back over here and I'll take care of putting it away. If they say No, let's go park it over here. You can put it away. You might have the wrong car, or they haven't been given enough reasons yet why they ought to go park over here. Step 7 is the trial close. Now, as you've been working through this process, you've been asking questions. You've been asking them, do you like this? Do you like that? Okay, salespeople never want to hear no. But if you don't hear a no, then you don't know if you're heading in the right direction. So now you're going to ask them some very pointed questions like, can you see yourself having this car parked in your driveway? Do you have an idea how you were going to pay for it? Did you want to go ahead and finish the paperwork today? It's a really simple process. Let me show you how to do that. Okay. The trial close can be a situation that lasts this long or this long. It all depends on your customer. Step 8, negotiate. See, poet and didn't even know it. The negotiation part can also be very quick or it can take a long time because part of this negotiation process is going to be things like their trade-in or their down payment or other people they want to have involved in this decision. They may say, you know what, this is exactly what I want. What do my numbers look like? Write it up. Get them every piece of information that they need so they can make a decision. Because I'll promise you, nobody's ever bought a car without a write-up. And hear me, negotiate is not a bad word. Negotiate is where we find a way where you want something and I want something, and we bring those things together. It's all negotiation. It has been through this whole process. You just didn't know it, and neither did your customer. So once you have all that done, everything's written up, and they say yes, we're ready to move on to step 9, and that is the turnover. Turnover, management introduction, call it what you want. You are getting somebody else involved in this sale. That's vitally important because you don't print paperwork. So everybody says yes, everybody agrees, they've signed on the bottom line. You're going to introduce them enthusiastically to the finance manager. The finance manager's job is going to be to finish up all the paperwork, make sure that everything's correct, tell the customer about some other ancillary products that might be available to them that will help them in their ownership. Okay? Listen to me. Listen. The F&I manager can be your best friend. They can also be your worst enemy. So get them what they need. Make sure everything's correct. Don't take your customer to them and then have to run out and check miles on the car. Make sure everything is right. Because if it's all right, it's all right. Okay? Now, what happens in the unlikely event that they say, I'm not ready yet. I'm not quite there. Still an opportunity for a turnover. Now they're going to get to meet your sales manager. Sales manager, desk manager, floor manager, whatever you call them. This is the person who's done this before you. They know how to do this. And you have to trust them. You have to trust that they are going to just take things to the next step with your customer. Sometimes it's just a matter of hearing another voice say, it sounds like you're on the right car. Did you want to go ahead and get it finished up today? Here's the other thing I'll remind you of. Your name is on the bottom line of that buyer's order. It'll stay there regardless of your manager being involved. So get your manager involved. Let them talk to your customer. Maybe there's something you didn't know about. Maybe there's a rebate that literally, I know we sound like car salespeople when we say this, that rebate could have come out while you were on your test drive. You don't know. Get your sales manager involved. It is really, really important. And at the end of the day, you need to let everybody meet a manager anyway. Okay? It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing for you and your customer and for your dealership. So make sure you're doing that every single time. Okay? So we're going to run down these one more time because we're about to get to one of the funnest parts of this entire process. So remember, meet and greet, do it properly, establish rapport, hey, qualify the problem, not the person, selection, find the right car, features and benefits, don't tell, sell, demo drive, make it a good one, trial close, Ask those questions. Write up that buyer's order. Negotiate. Are we on the same page? Turnover. Get them involved with the manager. And finally, step number 10. One of my very favorite pieces of this whole thing, because without it, you don't get paid. The dealer doesn't sell a car. Your customer doesn't get to drive away in something brand new for them. And that is delivery. So paperwork's done. Money's changed hands. Car is clean. And now you get to put on a show. Again, this isn't about being a clown. This is about being enthusiastic and happy that you've got a brand new customer and that your service department, and that's really key here, your service department has a new customer. Because let me tell you something. In all your years selling cars, I believe in your ability to sell one car to one person. You can do that. Every second car you sell, you have to thank the service department for that. Because they are the ones who are taking care of that customer after they drive out. Whether there's oil changes or, heaven forbid, recalls, general maintenance, something breaks. Look, those things are going to happen. The difference is you've got a service team standing behind you, cheering you on, because they need you to go sell that car. That's important to them that you've gone and sold that car so that they have something to work on. So introduce your customer to the service team. Find a service advisor who you like and trust. Make sure the manager meets them. Show them, and this is something most people don't do, show them the process of bringing their car in for service. Literally walk them outside and say, when you drive back on this lot in your new car and you're coming in for that first oil change, which, by the way, did I tell you, I'm taking care of that first oil change. Walk them into the service drive, just like they're driving in. You're going to park here. You're going to come over here and see Johnny. He's the one that's going to take care of you from here. Johnny's going to do all your paperwork. He's going to verify your information. He's going to find out what you need. Those guys over there, they're the ones that are going to do the work on your car. I trust them. I trust them with my car, and I certainly trust them with your car. Now, delivery doesn't end there. Delivery doesn't end with them driving out. Everybody's waving and happy. Bye, have a good day. No. Now, you got to follow up. Your dealer is going to have the proper follow-up procedure. If they don't have one, guess what? Your solutionary's got one for you. Calls, emails, texts, whatever is the best way to communicate with your customer, make sure that they know how to call and contact you. Because you want to know, look, when people are buying a car, their enthusiasm level peaks right up here, right after they drive home with it. Here's the cool thing. Right after it peaks, it starts to come down. Why? Well, they're going to get their payment. And nobody likes having to make their payment, but they are. So you need to make sure that you're staying in touch with them, staying in contact with them, so that they remember who you are. And their neighbors, when they see their car, they go, hey, where'd you buy your car? I bought it at ABC Motors. Go see my buddy Chuck over there. That's what you want. And at the end of the day, when they're ready for something new, they don't think of anybody else but you, because you are their solutionary. So we're going to run through these steps one more time. Know them, live them. But you know what? If you're in the middle of things and you realize you didn't do the rapport building like you wanted to do, breathe, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. So, number 1, meet and greet. Hi, good to meet you. Thanks for coming in. Establish rapport. Look, hey, turns out your kid and my kid go to the same school. Qualify. Qualify the problem, not the person. Selection. Based on what they've told you, you can go find them the right car because you are a solutionary. Features and benefits. Sell, don't tell. If there's a feature, there's got to be a benefit. Demo drive. Make it fun. Make it a good one, and make sure they see that car in all of its glory. Trial close. Look, you've done everything right. You've earned the right to ask for the business. Ask for the business. Negotiate. Look, things don't always go well. You want to avoid this and get to this. That's what negotiation will do for you. Turnover. Make sure no matter what. I don't care if the lights go out. I don't care if it's closing time. Your customer every single time gets to meet somebody in management from your dealership. Finally, delivery. That is step 10. That is an amazing part of this entire process because guess what? That's where you get paid. And that's where your customer gets to have one of your cars and make it their own and enjoy having done business with you, their solutionary. So I know that was a lot of stuff all at one time. But here's the cool part about working with me as your certified solutionary. I'm always available to you. What you need, I'm here for. You get yourself caught up. Listen, if you get yourself in the middle of a deal sometime and you just aren't sure what to do, excuse yourself. Say, hey, let me go check on something. If you don't know, don't make something up. You need to be the professional solutionary that I know you already are. So that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging with me. You are going to have an amazing career. And you are an amazing solutionary. It's your old buddy Chuck. We'll see you soon.